Alright, this one is going to look pretty complicated. Okay, I just made kind of a miniature golf hole. If you're teeing off here, you can bounce it off some things. There's the hole here. Um, when they're going to build this, they need to know how much wood we need around the outside for the miniature golf hole. And this is a tricky one. The thing that makes this tricky is this circular part right here. But we can make it work pretty easily. So things we're going to need to find here. Okay, we're going to need to figure out what this side is here and what this side is here, which we can use the other numbers to figure that out. Understand that it's only 8 from here to here. It's only 5 from, maybe I should draw this in here to here. And I purposely put these two little dashes in here just so you know that this is kind of the part of the circle right here. So we're stopping these measurements right there. So one hint for you is find the area of what this part would be if it was a whole circle, and then cut it in half to get this. Not area, I mean perimeter. Okay. So one hint I will give you is that your diameter of this is going to be the same as this part right here, because they're both the same distance. Okay. Again, same thing. Take a look at this, see if you can figure it out. Pause the video. If you've got no idea, or you work on it for a while and you can't figure it out, watch the rest of the video and see if you can get it figured out. But right now, pause it, see what you can get accomplished here. Alright, let's start with the easy parts here. Easy parts are going to be finding these two. Okay, I'll start with this one. So we need everything that's go in that direction that we have numbers for. So we know that from here to here is 8. And then if I take this from here to here, we have 5. Okay, so I need to know what's got to be left there to make a grand total of 8. Well, if I take this amount 5 and add, and I put dotted line here for now, question mark, those two things added together should be the same distance as this 8 right here. Okay, so of course 5 plus 3 is going to be 8. So up here I'm going to insert 3. Now for our up and down side here. Okay, this is something we can also do. We know that everything that goes up and down here, we've got a complete length of the shape of 10. All the way up and down, we've got 10. Okay, now we need to look for other numbers that are going that same direction, and we've got 4 right here. From here to here, we've got 4, which means that this plus this would be the same distance as that entire side right there. So of course, 4 plus 6 is going to get us 10. So I'm just going to stick that 6 in there. Okay, that's the easy parts. Okay, now we need to get this part. I am going to take, because I'm going to imagine this is like half of a circle. I'm going to take this 4, I'm going to transfer it over here. Put a dotted line right here. 4. Okay, now what we're basically looking at is, we're looking at a circle where the diameter is 4. It's 4 all the way across. And we know that to find the outside of this circle, the circumference is 3 times bigger than the diameter. Remember where we got that pi, we had that formula where we did circumference equals, remember circumference is the perimeter, circumference equals diameter times pi. Okay, and pi was 3 because our diameter is 3 times smaller than our circumference. So let's try it out here. Okay, circumference equals our diameter, which is 4, times pi, which we always use 3 for pi. Okay, that's going to get us circumference equals 12. Now the problem is we can't just put 12 in here, okay, because that would be for an entire circle. Okay, this is not part of the outside of the shape. We don't need that much of it. So we just need a half circle. And to get a half circle from a whole circle, all we've got to do is cut it in half. So I'm just going to divide by 2. That's going to get us half the circle, so we have 6. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put 6 in there. That represents the curve from here to here. Now all we need to do is add up all the relevant numbers here and get rid of everything we don't need. Okay, I mean, you don't have to get rid of everything, but I think it's nice to get rid of things that you know don't factor into the outside. So I'm going to look at this 4. That's not part of the outside. That's not part of the perimeter. But everything else is, I think. 8, Around the curve is 6. From here to here is 5. 6, 3, 10. So we didn't double up any numbers. This is perfect. Okay, so now we just need to add around the outside. So I'll start with a 10. I'll put a little mark here to know that's where I started at. 10 and 3 would be 13, 19, 24, 30, 38. So our perimeter of this entire miniature golf course, or miniature golf hole, is 38 whatever. It probably end up being miniature golf hole, probably 38 feet is probably what it would be. The only things we had to do here, it's not tough, it's everything you know, it just looks complicated. We just had to find these two sides, which was easy to do. The toughest part was this half circle, but everybody in here knows that the circumference, or the perimeter of a circle, is 3 times bigger than the length across. So we did that. Half circle, it's not a full circle, it's a half circle, so you just have to kind of use your common sense. We don't need a formula for common sense. Cut it in half to get half the circle. That would leave us with 6. Then we just have to add everything up, and our final total is 38.